General Hospital 3, HSP 80, VTR 1, 480. Hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. Hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. 15 seconds, 20 seconds.
That was the only time. Ooh. A little better, a little better.
Well, what can I say? It was a wonderful evening, thank you.
Well, thank you. Gee, you don't have to go right away, do you? Would you like to have a nightcap or something?
Well, are you sure?
Oh, absolutely. It's still early.
Well, if you're sure.
Yeah, okay, terrific. Take your coat off.
Okay, thank you.
And you can just sort of make yourself comfortable. Get warm anyway before you have to go back.
Yeah.
You have to tell me what I can get for you.
Oh, I don't care. Whatever you drink is fine.
People who can't make decisions.
Oh, I'm a Libra, you know. I can make up my mind. It just takes me hours.
Okay, well, then I'm going to have to do something decisive
I
here.
heard voices down here.
Ah.
Hi, Mr. Lansing.
Hello, Amy.
Goodness, aren't you all done up? Where are you going?
I'm going to go with Scotty and some friends to the disco.
What
that
about Laura?
She's working the short shift tonight, and she's going to meet us later.
Good, sounds great.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun, because Luke Spencer's picking up the tab. You know, because he's making Laura work on her night off.
Oh, hi, Laura.
Hi.
You know Jennifer Smith, don't you?
Yeah, hi, Jennifer. How are you, Laura? Fine.
So, how's it going tonight?
Oh, fine. We've been pretty busy. Oh, I have a message for you.
Who from?
Bobbie. She said to tell you that she's over at her Aunt Ruby's and that she'd like you to pick her up over there so that you only have one car to worry about.
Oh, great. Well, thank you. Look, I better go over there and pick her up right now.
May I come too?
No, look, you stay here, listen to music, and stay warm. Laura, will you see that Jennifer gets everything she wants?
No, please. I'd rather go with you.
Look,
I haven't even met your family. You haven't even mentioned Aunt Ruby before.
Well, I haven't known you that long, okay?
Say I can come?
Well, if you want to, I thought you'd rather stay here.
No, I'd rather go with you.
Okay, let's go.
Darn thing's dying. Tried everything I know to do, and look at it.
Ruby, what do you think about this dress?
I have given you plant food. I have given you bottled water. I've sung to you. I've talked to you. What?
Ruby, I asked you a question. What do you think about this dress?
What's to think? You look beautiful. Terrific.
Well, thanks, but, do you think maybe it's a little too extreme?
Extreme?
Well, you know, considering the fact I still am in mourning for Roy.
I never heard such nonsense. Now, nobody wears widow weeds anymore, and besides which, you are not a widow.
I know I'm not a widow, but I feel like I am one sometimes.
Oh, honey, you just think too much about it. You've got to try to forget
Ruby,
it.
I am trying to forget. The more I try to forget, the more I remember.
Okay. Now, why did you ask Luke to pick you up here tonight?
I think it will be very good for Luke to pick me up here tonight. I want him to remember exactly where we came from, and I want him to know that we're not that far from Elm Street yet.
Well, I think maybe he'd like to forget that.
I know he would. I don't want him to. I also hope he brings little Miss Jennifer Smith along with him.
And why?
Why? Because little Miss Jennifer Smith is going to take one look at this place and lose all interest in him.
I live here, you know?
You wouldn't if you could help it.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
I would.
What is this sudden rush to break up the relationship Luke has with Miss Smith?
Ruby, you know he shouldn't get involved with her. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, now that I think about it, you're absolutely right. I wish he would find another girl. I mean, if he ends up a member of the Smith family, there's no way he's going to get out of the life that he's in.
The trouble is, I don't think Luke even wants to get out anymore. Luke is starting to enjoy the fancy car and the expensive clothes and the kind of women that all of those things attract.
I can't say I blame him, looking where he came from.
But that kind of life isn't real. And that kind of life is very dangerous. And if you and I aren't careful, we're going to be dragged right back down with Luke.
You gonna have a fun evening?
Well, we're gonna do our best, Dr. Weber.
This is our first evening together this year. We're gonna start the 80s off right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dance all night and sleep all day tomorrow.
Well, now, I don't know if we want to have that much fun or not.
Well, I do. Yes.
All right, okay. Listen, can I talk to you for a second, kind of privately? Would you guys excuse me?
Oh, yeah, we'll just go into the floor. No
Hurry
problem.
up, wait, man. I want to get to this party.
Howard.
How you doing, Scott?
Fine, good.
What's the matter?
I just want to tell you about a plan that I've got. You see, I'm going to borrow enough money from Lee so that we can pay the balance back on the law books, you know, the money that Laura owes.
I thought Laura had that all under control.
Well, that would mean that she'd have to stay working at the disco, and I want her out of there.
Well, okay. Now you say this is your plan. Have you mentioned it to her?
Yes, I have. Now, she hasn't said yes, but I don't think she's going to put up that much of a fight.
Maybe not. Maybe she'd be glad to stop working. I can't say I'd really blame her. It can get pretty hectic in there.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Well, anyway, it was altogether a good experience for her. She certainly learned she can make her own money if she has to.
Where'd you have dinner?
At the Floating Rib.
Oh, they have such good food there.
Beverly, you shouldn't be talking about food. After all that weight you lost, you don't want to start backsliding now.
Amy, it doesn't hurt to talk about it.
No, Bev, you look real good. No kidding.
Oh, thank you, Brian. I feel really good.
Beverly, I take it you've been dieting very religiously?
Oh, for months. Years, it seems like. But I'm wearing a smaller dress size now than I've ever taken.
And that must make it all worthwhile.
Yeah, it does. You know, I've always wanted to see my hip bones once before I died. And now I think I'm going to be able to.
Quite an ambition.
Well, it probably sounds stupid to you, Mr. Lansing, but I can't tell you what it means to me.
No, I understand perfectly.
Oh, sure. You look like one of those horrible people that just can eat anything they want and never gain a pound.
No, I gotta watch it. I think everybody's gotta watch it.
Yeah.
But congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I hope Greg Talmadge shows up tonight. I want him to see me now.
Well, we'll probably drop dead on the spot. Either that or propose instantly.
Why not? Oh, thank you. That's lovely. Would anybody like any coffee or tea?
No, thank you. We have to run now.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
See you
Have
later.
a good time.
All right. Hey, guys, you ready to go?
Oh, yeah. Bye, Mrs. Brown. Mr. Lansing.
Y'all have a good time.
Good night, all of you.
Brian,
Bye,
take care, yeah.
Bye, Dr. Weber. Drive carefully. Have a good time. What is it about teenagers that exhausts me so?
Can you believe that?
Oh, I just think it's so nice, though, to hear them talking and laughing. You know, I think that's what I miss the most. I mean, Heather was just so bright and bubbly when she was their age.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's just like I almost hate to go home now. That house is so empty. I mean, she used to come by and visit me all the time, and now no one does.
Well, what about Susan? Doesn't she come to see you?
Well, seldom. Well, I don't blame her, though. I mean, she's got her own life to live.
Listen, would you like to stay and visit with us for a while and have some coffee or tea or a drink if you prefer?
No, I
Please,
have
it'd
got
be
to go
lovely.
home. You know that I haven't even taken the Christmas tree down yet?
I believe it.
Well, I didn't even get a tree this year. It felt kind of silly having a tree in a men's club.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but it doesn't seem like Christmas until you've trimmed a tree, and it doesn't seem like the New Year until you take it down. Well, would you just listen to me to stand here chattering and chattering when all I wanted to do was tell you good night?
Good night.
Good night. Oh, and to tell you, there's a pound cake in the refrigerator if you want it later.
I will get you for that. You are a terrible person.
Good night.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Drive carefully.
Thank you.
Okay.
I really am tired.
Lesley, would you like me to go?
No, really, I wouldn't.
Good. Then I'll have some of this coffee and, try to cheer you up. You seem like you've been down all evening.
I did. Oh, I didn't mean to.
Oh, come on. Not like everybody could tell, but I've learned to recognize your symptoms. I don't understand why dinner with me didn't cheer you up.
Oh, Howard, it's nothing against you. It helped me immensely to be with you, and I can't ever tell you how grateful I am that you asked me to go to dinner.
Lesley, it was my pleasure.
Scotty was telling me that he's asked Laura to quit her job at the disco. I think maybe it's a very good idea because I think maybe his theory is right.
What theory?
Oh, well, Scotty believes that the guy who raped her probably hung out at the disco and probably still is hanging around just to taunt her with memories of what happened.
Nice to meet you.
You have so many pictures. Who are they?
Oh, well, they're just friends of mine. I mean, people I've stayed in touch with over the years.
Is Bobbie ready?
Oh, yeah, she's just about ready. Why don't the two of you sit down? I'm sure I got a bottle of scotch somewhere. You want a drink before you go?
Thank you. We don't have time.
Do you mind if I look at your pictures?
Oh, no, I'd be delighted, but I should really explain who everybody is.
Hello. I am so sorry if I kept you waiting.
Hello, Bobbie.
Jennifer?
I was just going to show Jennifer my pictures on my wall.
Oh, well, go right ahead.
This one over here, that's Elma. Do you know she was married 6 times before she was 23, and the last husband was 3 times her age.
Smart,
she said she found
don't
true
you?
love.
Manipulating me into bringing Jennifer over here. Well, I'm sorry, Barbara Jean, but your little trick did not work. She's too much of a lady to look down her nose at Elm Street or Ruby or anything.
Well, good for her.
Look, don't mess with me about her. She's nice.
Oh, is that what you like about her? How nice she is?
I like a lot of things about her, especially that she's helping me forget Laura, which is exactly what you wanted me to do.
I didn't want you to jump from the frying pan into the fire, Luke. And if you're not careful, you are going to get burned.
What are you talking about, burned?
She's Frank Smith's daughter. What are you trying for? You want to inherit the whole Smith empire someday?
Why not? She wouldn't be that hard to take.
Maybe she's a girl who likes to get taken.
Hey, Luke, you got yourself one class act of a girl here.
That's a lovely dress, Bobbie, and I love your coat.
Thank you, Jennifer. I like yours, too.
I hope we'll get a chance tonight to get to know each other. I want to get to know everybody in Luke's family better.
You two look very uncomfortable. Why don't you relax?
Ann couldn't get all the flowers in one vase.
Isn't it nice we both brought flowers?
What are you all planning to do tonight?
Get by as best we can.
Oh, I think it'll be terrific.
Oh, I think you'll have a lovely evening.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, now, aren't these lovely? Yeah, I guess it means something important when a guy gives a girl flowers.
Yeah, that was the plan.
This should serve some red letter night. Flowers for Anne from both of you guys.
Yeah, aren't I lucky? And put this right down. Jeremy, look, I want you not to wait up for me tonight. Just go to bed, and okay?
Well, do I have to?
Yes, you do.
Well, I don't think I should because, you know, you can't sit on the couch with both of them.
Jeremy, just for that remark, you want to go to bed an hour earlier than I said, yes? Or do you please make sure that rule is enforced, please?
Yeah, I certainly will. Jeremy will go to bed as soon as he finishes his homework.
But you've got a very logical mind moving there. I happen to think you're very right. A nice young lady like Anne cannot sit on the sofa late at night with 2 young gentlemen.
Jeff, would you please not encourage the young man? Good night. Can we go, please?
Yeah, let's sooner the better.
Good night.
Good night.
Have a nice evening.
Yeah, have a lovely time.
Thank you. I'll get the door. Thank you. Night.
Night.
Hi.
You know, I don't think Anne's idea about all three of them going out together is so hot.
Well, I'm inclined to agree with you, Jeremy, but I don't think your mother had much choice.
No, that's true. She had a date with Jeff, and then Joe showed up unexpectedly. What else could you do?
Yeah, I guess this is a good object lesson for me. You'd better call a girl before you expect her to just be waiting there doing nothing.
If you have learned that piece of valuable advice, the evening hasn't been a total waste. Now, go on.
But
on with your homework, and be quiet. Tommy's not feeling well.
Okay. Homework, schmomework.
Hi, you're the first ones to get here.
Guess we're gonna be a real crowd, aren't we?
Yeah.
So what? We all get to sit together?
Yeah, I've got it all set up right over here. Come on. Great. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
This is great. Yeah, well, it's kind of close quarters, but I think you'll be fairly comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not too bad anyway. Excuse me. Hey, Laura. How are you?
How you doing today, babe?
Okay, come on.
Where we
sit. Right over here. Oh, okay. Hi, Amy. Hi. Okay.
Hi, Laura. Don, how are you?
It's good to see you, Scotty.
How's it? Listen, I'm going to make these introductions real quick here. Don and Joanne, Beverly, Claudia, Brian, and Amy.
Yeah, we know her from
Don.
exercise class. Nice to meet you, Don.
All right.
Well, let's sit down.
Claudia, look. There's great Talmadge.
Oh, so it is.
And he's with another guy. That means he doesn't have a date.
Yeah.
Oh, this could be a wonderful evening.
Laura, how much longer are you going to have to work?
Only another hour.
Good. Then you can join us.
Yeah, and you and I can dance to our heart's content.
Oh, do I love you.
I love you too.
Hey, look. Bobbie.
Hello.
Hi, Bobbie. Well, I see the gang's all here.
Yeah, you're back. Looks like quite a party. What's the occasion?
Well.
Just a party to have fun.
Hey, listen, Bobbie, Laura's got to work for about another hour or so. Could I dance with you?
I would love to dance with you. You don't mind, Laura? Of course not. Go ahead.
Jennifer, what do you say?
Let's go.
Coat, madam.
I could make a fire if you like.
No, don't get any trouble. I'm really very happy and comfortable just the way I am.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. It was really so sweet of you to stay just to keep me company.
It was purely a selfish motive. You know, I'm not looking forward to going back to the Metropolitan Club. It's a little bit like living in the U.S. Post Office, you know?
You know, you really ought to get yourself your own apartment.
Well, there's a whole list of things I ought to do, Lesley. I just don't get around to doing them. You know?
Could I ask you a personal question?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
What is it?
Now that you know for sure that Dory is not coming back from England, when are you going to start dating again?
Lord, I don't know. I made a couple of stabs at it. Just nothing seems to work out quite right, you know. I guess I'll just have to wait for the wrong girl to come along.
Oh, I hope not.
You know, there is one girl, a lady, actually, that I find quite intriguing.
Really? Who is that?
Her name is Zelda Bernstein.
Aha!
What do you think? You think I have a chance with a lady lawyer like that? A chance of winning?
Well, I don't know. But losing might be just as much fun, mightn't it?
Yeah. Red hair and blue eyes. Might be worth the risk. Well, let's not talk about me. Let's talk about you. Or about Rick, if that's what you want to talk about.
Oh, Howard, I don't know.
Come on. I have a hunch you do.
Well, I'm just not sure whether it's better to talk about it or it's better just to go on pretending everything's fine.
Lesley, pretending is not going to make it go away.
No. Everything's really awful. My whole life has fallen apart, and I'm in kind of a panic. Rick was just everything in the whole world to me. Now there's nothing.
No. That's not quite true. You still have Laura.
Oh, yes, of course, but Laura is a grown-up lady. Laura is married and very much in charge of her own life and with her own set of problems, unfortunately, and I just feel adrift.
Thanks, sis.
Oh,
Hey.
oh, Laura, long time no see.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's great.
Good. Incidentally, there's an old friend of yours here tonight.
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
Well, you probably wouldn't even recognize her because she's looking so terrific these days.
Oh, yeah?
Beverly?
You little fat Beverly?
Not anymore.
Hi, Greg.
Oh, goodness, you look terrific.
Oh, thanks. I guess I
Hey.
shrunk a little, huh?
Certainly. Would you like to dance?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Great, let's go.
Nice matchmaking, Laura, but I think Greg can pick out his own women, don't you?
Come on, Amy, don't be silly. Beverly has had a crush on Greg for years.
And don't you do anything to spoil it.
Me?
Oh, I'd never do anything like that. Good. Excuse me. Bye.
Hi.
Hi. A table? Yeah, right here. Oh, good. Okay.
Scotty!
Hi, Jim.
Bobbie, good to see you. Boy, is it good to see you.
See you later.
Yeah. Listen, that's some kind of dress. You look great.
Thank you.
Listen, are you, taking this evening? Would you like to join us, make a foursome?
Are we playing golf tonight?
No, but I'm hoping we'll play ball. Come on up.
I would love to join you. I came with Luke and his date, and I feel like a third wheel. Hi.
Yeah. You all know each other, don't you? Do you mind if Bobbie joins us?
No, not at all.
Excellent.
Fine. That's a really nice dress you got on. I love that. Thank you, Anne. I just bought it. Oh, I should know.
Listen, you all comfortable there?
Mm-hmm. Fine.
Good. Then let's go dance.
Okay, you don't have to ask me twice.
Terrific.
You does.
Right back.
Yeah.
He's up on it, John.
Good time. Now that is a lovely couple, don't you think? What, do you want to talk about it, or do you want to sit there and sulk all night?
Oh, I'll be happy to talk about it, Joe. Really. You know, I don't like you going around automatically assuming that I am available and waiting for you every evening, whether or not you remember to call in advance, Joe. You know, I feel like I am being taken for granted here, and I will not stand for this. You have made an extremely awkward evening of it, and you know it, Joe. And I'll tell you, the next time this happens, it won't be Jeff Weber who I'm going out with. It might be a real date, you know?
This is not a real date?
Of course not.
Oh. Well, you just seem sort of gussied up to be spending an evening out with a colleague. And come to mention it, he's pretty decked out himself. And when I asked Jeff who he was taking out this evening, he never told me. I didn't know until I got to your house.
Well, so what, Joe? What is this we have to report to you all of a sudden? I think that this private detective business has really gone to your head.
And I'm still wondering if there's not something going on between you and Jeff that I ought to know about.
That you ought to know about. Who do you think you are? You know, I'm not even going to talk to you about this. In fact, I might not ever talk to you again about nothing.
What are you going to do, get out and dance by yourself?
I am going to the ladies' room, and when you decide to get over this jealousy, I might just return. But not until then. Excuse me.
Oh, now that's some doing.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Listen, Mr. Kelly, I'd like to say something to you. I think I've got the worst timing in the world. Excuse me, will you?
Well, I'm glad that's over.
You off duty now?
Yep, finally. I gotta change.
Good, Lord, I'm glad.
Yeah. Give me a chance to dance with Scotty for a little while. Joanne, what's wrong?
Oh, come on, nothing. Don't mind me.
Don't tell me that there's nothing wrong. I can see that you've been crying. Something happened?
Oh, Lord, something awful.
What?
The man who raped me did the most awful thing. He called Don anonymously, and he told him that it hadn't really been rape at all.
What?
Can you believe that?
When did Don tell you?
Don didn't tell me. He hasn't said a word. He's obviously trying to deal with it on his own, which makes me feel just terrific. No, I only found out about it because I got a phone call myself.
That is so vicious. What are you gonna do?
Oh, I wish I knew. Lord, if Don honestly believes that I wasn't raped, there's nothing in this world, no way that I'm going to be able to convince him that it was otherwise.
Oh, Joanne. Do you think it's all over between you and Don?
I don't know.
Well, it seems like it's going to be. Unless you name the man and you take him to court.
I know that, Laura. I realize that's probably the only thing I can do. But that's just not a decision I'm willing to make right now.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.